Moving on to Sunday night football. And yes, we are back to talking about Aaron Rodgers, the Aaron Rodgers Bowl, the second Aaron Rodgers Bowl we had this year. It's going to be the Green Bay Packers heading to Pittsburgh to face Aaron Rodgers' new team. The Packers are going to be 3-point favorites. 44.5 is your over-under. Green Bay minus 175 on the money line. Pittsburgh plus 150. Raider Jim, your thoughts? Sunday night football. Green Bay welcomes back, or well, at least goes to see their old friend Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, -3 Green Bay. That's very interesting to me because of this. If you look at their point for and points against, these are pretty evenly matched teams on both sides there. And then Pittsburgh, normally a year ago, 2 years ago, we would have said, yeah, their defense is going to keep them in it. After what I saw, what Joe Flacco could do to the Pittsburgh defense was really surprising. And they also ran the ball on Pittsburgh as well. Now, with that said, the strong suit for Green Bay has been playing at home. I believe they're undefeated. When they're on the road, they're 1 win, 1 loss, and a tie. So getting away from the confines of Lambeau Field hasn't played out in their favor. Let me look at the weather on this one because they are in Pittsburgh after all. Just says partly cloudy, so the weather's not going to be a factor here. Even the wind, there's going to be very little wind. So what's going to happen? What's Jordan Love going to do out here? I think he's going to have some success against Pittsburgh if he watches the Joe Flacco tapes. And because of that, I'm going to go ahead and give Green Bay the nod on this one. But boy, you just can't overlook what Aaron Rodgers has been doing. He's been running the show. And like you say, like him or not, got to give the guy credit where it's due. I like Green Bay in this one. I'll go ahead and take them -2.5 on this. I'm going to buy the 0.5 point. Over under 44.5. I'm going to go over in this one. I think because it's not going to be wet, windy, rainy, snowing, nothing like that. I think we're going to see Aaron come out there and he wants to score against Green Bay no matter what anybody says.
Definitely. Again, this is another game where, I mean, if this game was in Green Bay, I would put like $1 on Aaron Rodgers retiring at the end of this. Because again, like when he beat the Jets, I thought, I mean, there's not a 0% chance that he just goes into the press conference and tells everyone to F off and goes and, into his ayahuasca phase. But in terms of this one, I actually like Pittsburgh here. Of course, I'm going to buy 0.5 point. You gotta like the consistency. +3.5 for Pittsburgh. I liked what I saw out of the offense for Pittsburgh. Now, it was Cincinnati's defense and, Joe Flacco. It was really cool and it was a fun game, but Cincinnati defensively is really bad, especially without Trey Hendrickson. No pass rush, anything like that. It was sad. And Pittsburgh still lost that game. Now they put up 31 points. I get it, but I'm worried because for Pittsburgh, my entire life, you knew Pittsburgh had an identity. They were going to run the ball down your throat and they were going to play really smash mouth physical defense. That's not happening. They're one of the worst run teams in the league right now. And defensively, they're stunningly average. Even if you take last week out, they just haven't really shown you that normal steel curtain of the late, for me, it was the 90s. It goes all the way back to the 70s, but the Jerome Bettis, James Harrison type mentality, it's just not there. But as you mentioned, Green Bay, not very good on the road. I think Pittsburgh gets the job done. I would not be surprised to see a last-second field goal from Green Bay. But even then, we'll get that. We'll still cover that +3.5. And I do like the over here. I think there are two defenses that, as you mentioned, weather won't be an issue. And Green Bay's defense, Micah Parsons, as great as he's been or as much as he's gotten, I mean, what was it, week 7? He finally got his first sack. That's surprising. So, good going there for him. But I like I like Pittsburgh +3.5, and I like to see some points, or I expect to see some points getting scored here over 44.5. So once again, that is your Sunday night football game in that one. NBC falling all over themselves. The over under on Aaron Rodgers pictures in a Green Bay jersey, I'm going to set it at 12.5, and I'm going to pound the over.